Hi, this is Mike, and we're looking at the Bitcoin chart. So, as I mentioned overnight, when I woke up, I saw this breakout and I thought I'd just post a chart saying that it's game over, and it is game over. Okay. I said multiple times if we break support, this is not going up anymore. Right. So, that's my 2 cents. And now I'm starting to think about what this is going to look like in preparation for a move lower. Right. So before I continue, I just want to make it clear that people who comment about my ideas and the way that I present my content on here are just making themselves pretty obvious to the world that they're not traders, right? You guys are just probably just FOMO rocketeers, right? Moon people, right? You guys are crazy. You guys need to get away from my channel because you aren't going to learn anything, right? You're just dumb, complete dumb. You can't even read. You need to go back to primary school, all right? At least, right? And comprehension skills and maybe some Sunday school too for your manners because you suck. Okay, just thought I'd get that out the way. Now, as we move forward, the thing that I found most weird about this pattern here is that it was a zigzag pattern, and then we're seeing what appears to be another zigzag pattern now. So this has obviously been causing a bit of confusion in my analysis because when you start to see zigzags all over the place, you can only really do anything about it once you see support broken because there is one pattern that can do it, but obviously this last zigzag has become evident most recently as we broke the support area. So what is that pattern? Well, it's quite easy put. It's a type 1 week 5 wave move. It's another one of these suckers up here, right? One of these, another one of these in the opposite direction, except this one's looking a bit bigger, okay? So when you get 3 zigzags in a row, there is only one pattern it can be, right? It's one, zigzag one, and then you got A, B, okay? So that means that C wave is going up, right? That's how I see it. So if that's the case, what does that mean, right? Well, it's wave two. It's part of wave two, right? Wave two, as in, let me just use this as an example right here, right? Let's just say we're looking at this week 5 wave move here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got up to there, 4 and 5. Okay. So you need the first zigzag, but then you've got waves in between, right? You've got the first zigzag, then you've got waves in between, right? So the idea here is that wave C will come back into this range, right? It'll break back in, okay? Because just because it broke out, it doesn't mean, oh, now it's staying out. No. Unfortunately, not when this type of pattern happens. That's not how it works. Simply because of the structure of the entire move, it's going to take some time for it to produce its full pattern, right? The only thing I can say though is if you get back up to any level that's back up here somewhere, I suggest taking a short position now that we have confirmation, okay? Because this thing's gonna psych people out, but it's also gonna go into some areas where you can short from, okay? So regardless of what anyone says, don't listen to them, okay? If you want to understand the waves, it's better to just learn them because if you want to look at a week 5 wave move, you could easily assume that this is one of them. 1, 2, 3. What's next? 4, 5. Is that what you're thinking? Oh man, I wish it was that easy, right? But it's not. Okay, you'll get wrecked. You'll get absolutely killed if you think that. The patterns move only in particular ways, and this has become way more evident recently, right? I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I posted 3 ideas, right? All day, this happened, and then bang, right at the end, this happened, right? I gave you 3 separate ideas. Do you want to know which idea came the closest to what was going on? The first one that the first one I posted when I woke up in the morning, right? What I said, I don't know if you remember this, right? I said I woke up and saw an interesting pattern. I said I saw this. A, B, C, right? And then I said something like D and E or something. I'm like that. I think it was back here, right? Well, it turned out to be that pattern. It turned out to be that pattern, right? This turned out to be A, B, C. D went all the way, like had to make a new low. It was right down here, right? This was all D. This was all a D wave, all the way down here, right? All the way here, like that, here. I mean, what the shit? You know what I mean? Like these waves are crazy. They're getting more crazier every time. So the the best way I can explain it is that the current move at the highs with this weak 5 wave move ending pattern and the weak pattern that we're seeing unfold now, right, is definitely going to be harder to read because it's a choppy mess and it's really it's complex, right? It's a pain in the butt. Complex pain in the butt, right? So the only way to really navigate this market now is to just step back, wait for patterns to unfold, right? Learn learn the waves because if you don't, you won't have a clue what's going on. Right? This is going to take some time to unfold. It's going to take some time, right? Now, the other thing I want to quickly mention whilst I've got your attention, if you're still around, is the larger pattern. The larger pattern spells more doom and gloom for this that you could imagine, right? And I'll tell you this the simple reason for why I changed this view in a minute, right? I think it's going to be worse than a crypto depression. It's going to be worse. This pattern is no longer a zigzag down. It's an AB, my original AB idea, but this now C, my original idea. All right. So the only thing I got wrong looking back was that I thought this whole thing up was a B and I thought this was a C. That could have just been at the highs, but now I think this thing is going lower, much, much lower. Right? What we have here is a 1, A, B. This is a C, not a zigzag. This is a 5 wave move, right? Ethereum gave me the clue, put 2 and 2 together. That's why I thought the E wave might come back to previous wave 1, which is 50% area, 33,000. That's one of the reasons why I thought it might, because that's typically what expanded corrections do. But when they are type 2 expanded, that's bad news. That means that this is going to be really bad. It's going to be sharp as hell. It's going to go down really, really big time. Okay. So wave C, D, right? Because at the lows, I was saying there was a CD pattern. Nope. Sorry. This whole thing's a D, E. So this move up was the last wave. I still maintain that at least, right? Because remember, corrections occur in wave B of a zigzag, wave 2 and wave 4, right? So these corrections are all the same all over the place. So really, if you understand AriasWave, like some of my members who are on here observing these funny comments, right? You'll understand what that means. It means it wasn't wrong. It's just that the count wasn't right. But as long as you're within a certain like set of parameters that you're working toward, that's fine. You're gonna understand. You're not gonna get weirded out. It's cool. But guys, people who don't know what's going on with AriasWave, you guys are probably in a hard place right now, right? Which is why I say learn the waves. You get out of that place where you feel clueless, because a lot of the times you probably are clueless. I know for sure the clowns and the trolls are the most clueless, but yeah, I think they make it obvious for themselves and they prove to everyone else. So just be careful that you don't prove to yourself that you're clueless. If you do, do something about it. Don't just get all bitter and miserable like some of these people, because there is a way to get your understanding level up. So, so yeah, in a nutshell, this is unfolding. It's going to take time. Patience is key. It's not going to go straight down now just because it broke out of this area. The evidence, I've explained why. It's going to be bad once it starts to fall. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be shocker. But like I've said before, the markets, when they turn the corner, it's like a car, right? It slows down, and then turns the corner slowly, and then boom, it's off to the races, right? Um, Especially if you're a hoon. But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen here. It's going to take its time, move around a bit, and then the drop will be severe. So hopefully you found this interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.